Hello, 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 and welcome everyone here. Greetings on this second half of 2021. Oh my gosh, what a year. What a year. What a life. What's happening in this world? What's happening in your world? And how, which is something we all want actually, positive change, right? How can we create positive change? And what keeps us from that? To understand that, it's really important to look at what has brought us to this point. And the theme of our history, the theme of human history, which repeats itself again and again and again until we understand what is that theme, until we understand what have we learned from history. And life is so much bigger than what we know or what we think it is. And for those out there, kind of watch television and we watch the news and we think we're being informed about what's happening in this world, it's just like believing what we're told in school about history. We learn about war, we learn about all these facts, but what is behind that? What is the reason for that? Because there is enough in this world for everyone. There is no need for people to be poor. There is no need for war, except that is also what is behind this virus. It is not really just this virus. If you just believe that, then keep on believing, right? We're not here in church. And I'm not here to tell you certain things and want you to believe what I say. I just want you to question certain things. That's what I'm here to do. To look at things in a different way. It's just like when we told, 9/11, for example. There were these terrible people, these terrorists, that went in this airplane and flew airplane into the World Trade Center. They are responsible. They're the bad guys. Saddam Hussein, he's the bad guy. Well, yeah, sure, it looks that way, and we learn about that Hitler. He was this terrible person. Terrible things happened, no question. But it wasn't just Hitler. Like this virus, the background behind that is so much bigger. We don't even know what we don't know. We just know what we're told. And it's called, what the media wants us to know, it's called propaganda. What has changed? It's time to look beyond that, to lift the veil of illusion, of delusion. We're only seeing what we're wanting to see. We feed into the system, and the problem is the system, which is like a machine which controls everything, makes everything kaput, destroys everything. The war machine, weapons industry, pharmaceutical industry, healthcare, they're not there to keep us healthy, just to get us dependent, to make profit of us. It's like the entertainment industry, educational industry, all industries. Then politics, of course, the economy controls everything. Money makes the world go around, but what's really behind that? It's time to look at that, really. And it really begins by looking at our own life. What is our own history? What is the theme of our own history that keeps repeating itself? It's just really a matter of understanding what is my nature. What are my triggers? How do I react to things? Over and over again in the same way. Usually that's what's happening. We don't even think about what we think about. We just react to what is happening to us. But like Stephen Covey said, the real freedom is to know that there's a gap between what happens to us and my response to what happens to me. And that is my freedom, to understand this gap. I don't just need to react without thinking. Easier said than done, I understand that. Which is also the idea behind realize to actualize. Now that we know this, now that we realize, it's time to actualize, which is a matter of the practice. And so I invite you to that, to begin on that practice for yourself every day. Don't just react without thinking. Don't just react in the same way. Learn that you cannot control things outside of you, and that's okay. People are the way they are, and sometimes they're grumpy, and sometimes they attack you for, what you think is no reason, give you a hard time. Don't react. Don't argue. It takes two to tango, right? The only way we can make a difference in this world is by being different ourselves. I'm not just saying that, I'm learning this for myself because I realize how difficult that is. So I invite you to begin on that practice, to join me in this movement, which I consider it's a movement of people learning how to, which is something also we all heard that sounds very nice, we all know it, and we're like, yeah, we want that. But to really become the change we want to see in this world, what does it take? Are you ready? I'm ready. I want to begin. I find this exciting. Good things are happening. But for good things to happening, that is to me also, I'm trying to make this whole complex issue very, very simple. It's very simple to me. God is good. God is love, and love is everything, and love is the way. And when you are in love, even when somebody gives you a hard time, when somebody criticizes you or nags you, or up until this point irritates you in worst ways and triggers you to react in terrible ways, when you are in love, you let that go. You can let that go because you know, hey, that's your thing. I cannot control you and change you. You are the way you are because you need to be that way. You are the way you are because that's what you learned. You learn to be the way you are. It's also a very basic, very fundamental, very important insight. We are what we have learned. I'm not talking about the school we go to this building. I'm talking about the school of life where experience is our greatest teacher. I think it's important to look at that and to understand what is my nature. That unlike what the system requires of me to function like a machine, to do what I'm told, the new awareness, the new world begins with this insight by John Stuart Mills, who said that we are not machines to be built to do exactly the work prescribed for it, but we are like a tree, and we need to grow and develop naturally according to the inward forces which make me a living thing. That's what we get to explore. This is where the new world begins. What are those powers within myself, those forces within myself that make me a human being? What is my nature, and how I can give expression to that nature? Maybe some food for thought. I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Christoph. I live here in Germany. I'm very, very happy to also talk with you, also through Zoom. We could meet. We can also meet here if you are in Germany, close to Frankfurt, whenever the time is right. Maybe you enjoyed this a little bit. If you like to learn more, you can take a look at my website, kinding.com, and I'd be always happy to hear from you. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Much love. Thank you.